What should I do? Please pass the butter!
Greetings, fellow mortals. Just a reminder saying it's just my opinion is for cowards. If I'm being honest, the concept of superheroes has been so ingrained throughout my lifetime that it feels weird to think about a time where such stories didn't even exist. From the very first Spider-Man movie, which I watched in theaters as a small child, to the latest Dispatch game. Granted, there have been a lot of bad times and a lot of bad movies in those times, but it doesn't feel like a genre at this point, but modern mythology.
You've seen this before?
11 times, as a matter of fact.
Old mythology was used to rationalize and explain the world around people, from the Japanese to the Egyptians to the Greek to the Norse and many, many more. They took phenomena that they couldn't understand and personified it, meaning that they assigned human characteristics to things that just aren't human. And this is understandable. What better way to describe that life is unfair than to associate tragedies with childish adults with superpowers? People write what they know. It's just that we know what causes storms, waves, earthquakes, the changing seasons, and things like that now. So now we have to deal with other issues: morality, politics, finances, mundane life, religion, grief, nihilism. And because we think about these concepts so much, they appear in our modern mythology, with basically the same conclusion out of both of them: the gods of the old and the superheroes of today.
Life sucks, and then you die.
Because the problem is that superhero stories don't really have a conclusion. It all started with the comics. They kept going and going and going, and then would have a giant universe-shattering retcon where the people behind the scenes were redoing everything, keeping the story elements that they liked and erasing things that they didn't.
Well, time to erase that forever.
And in a way, superheroes make a perfect time capsule of when they were made. What was happening at that time? What were the writers thinking about? What inspired this type of story? What were the feelings and themes going into it? So on and so forth, which is interesting to look back on, but kind of frustrating to live through in the moment.
And over and over.
Okay, Clay, I get the point.
No, you don't.
Take the newest entry in the superhero genre, for example. Dispatch is a game where you play as Robert, who is basically a down-on-his-luck Iron Man without the money, who has to go work as a dispatcher and a team organizer of a misfit group of former villains trying to be superheroes. Without his suit, he's supposedly powerless against people with the power of demi-gods at their fingertips, except for the important fact that he has complete and utter control over these people's livelihoods, which is the ultimate power in modern day life. You might think that this could sound boring, but Dispatch twists the formula by making the superpowered treat their jobs as basically 9-to-5s, and almost every member of the main and supporting cast is a person down on their luck who needs this gig to work out, otherwise their lives will fall apart, which is not only a take on modern life, but probably a cry out from the developers as well, who, after their last gig fell apart, desperately needed this to work out for them.
Well, that's the end of me.
And luckily it did, with their sales in 3 months meeting their hopes for 3 years, all because of good writing, an amazing art style, and excellent performances. For the most part, the E-celebrities are both a blessing for attention and a curse of not being able to unhear Jacksepticeye. There was also the helpful inclusion of 2 super attractive women wanting the main character, meaning the players, but
I am shocked. Shocked. Well, not that shocked.
Yep, who would have thought that this would make money? Waifu wars for the win. It's not like there is a trend of this. Shippers gonna ship, shippers going to spend money. People like attractive characters, and they like those characters being attracted to each other. They like romance in their games and stories. It's not that hard. And yes, Basically, everyone that appears like a human in their prime in Dispatch is extremely conventionally attractive, which is a selling point because people like to look at good-looking people.
What took you so long, idiot?
There's a reason the old comic books had both men and women look as close to gods and goddesses as their powers made them. It sells. People either want to look like them or are attracted to them. It's not that hard. Why else do you think that there are so many shirtless scenes in superhero movies where the men have to show off their abs?
I can explain.
It's not even just an American thing. Look at Japanese takes on superheroes. My Hero Academia and One Punch Man. Both of the men and women are drawn absurdly. Almost no one can hope to ever look like this, yet both series use these factors to draw attention for the story and the themes within. It's not that complicated.
But wait! There's more!
Both of these series also make superheroism a job. In My Hero Academia, basically everyone has a superpower, and those who want to be licensed heroes have to get extensive education, absurd levels. Meanwhile, One Punch Man explores just how boring even being a superhero can be in day-to-day life if you're too good at it. So their superheroes explore obsessive levels of education and an unbearable working life. That's very interesting. I wonder where that originates from.
This is quite a shock. On the other hand, it's not surprising in the least.
Granted, one of these series is over and the other's anime is facing issues, to say the least, but they're still popular, they're still selling, so it's not that superhero fatigue is a thing, it's more that people want something more than the old face villain of the week and move on storyline, or the origin story over and over and over again, or something that really doesn't have anything to say. Take the latest offerings from both DC and Marvel into account. Superman and Fantastic Four First Steps, both of which are fine. I recommend them. I like them. Just go in knowing that you're not going to get anything that will blow your mind. It is just distracting entertainment. In fact, I still like Superman especially, but it shares something with Fantastic Four First Steps in terms of theming. A lack of bite, a lack of teeth. It doesn't have much to say, and what it does say is pretty safe about the topics that it brings up. You don't have to be what your parents want you to be, and we can talk our way out of global catastrophes, even if there are currently riots happening. Wait, who thought of that one again?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And still, I like them. Great casting and acting, excellent music, decent effects, good to watch and enjoy, but there really isn't a lasting influence from either of them, except maybe that people now want more of Mr. Terrific, which is a good thing. And while I enjoyed Superman more, it also came with Creature Commandos and Peacemaker Season 2, which both kind of sucked outside of the memes. And also, the racist universe had no crimes and perfectly clean streets. What did James Gunn mean by this exactly?
For the giant mural of Hitler?
God, I miss them.
So I wouldn't say that people have superhero fatigue, they have mediocre and bad superhero fatigue, just like every genre. A lot that's come out from the MCU lately hasn't been, good. Just look at Ironheart, which was nonsensical, poorly acted, and downright strange, where the entire cast was people of color and members of the LGBTQ+ community. But they're all irredeemable criminals who are awful people. What did Disney mean by this exactly?
For the giant mural of Hitler?
God, I miss them.
There also needs to be something different about it, just like every genre. horror, comedy, romance. What about it is different? What about it makes it stand out? What is the twist? There's a reason why The Boys made waves in its first few seasons for its biting commentary and satire, until it became entirely about shock value and nothing else. Or Invincible's twist on Superman and Kryptonians, which is really just a ripoff of Dragon Ball and Saiyans. But still, there was something different about it. It was unique. It was different.
Well, hang on, you've just... No, I like it. This is brilliant. But I like this.
And no, different doesn't mean multiverses. It's over. It's dead. No one cares about that concept anymore. Oh god, why do you keep doing it? It sucked for so long now. I liked it a few years ago, but now it's just annoying. I roll my eyes when even Invincible did it, and that series used the concept decades ago in the original comic before Multiverses became overused.
I get it!
And maybe keep it original along with different. I mean, look at Absolute Batman. Going to be honest, I don't know how to feel about this one. On one hand, that's not really Batman. On the other hand, it's unique to say the least. It's different. I guess I like it more if it's something that was its own thing. Definitely more of a fantastical, completely out of normal everyday life type of story. So I can see its appeal even if it's not really Batman.
Wait a minute! You.
People still want to hear stories about good-looking demigods. I mean, that's been true through the ages, and it's not going to change. There are still places to go. Dispatch proved that. Either ground the story even more in mundane life, making even superheroes seem boring, but also making it interesting through the characters, or go as far as you go with Invincible, where the people are literally just punching through entire cities with ease. And I'm very curious about if they're going to keep one specific scene from the comic books.
Just do it! Just do it! You coward, just do it!
Just like with everything, people aren't sick of the genre, they're sick of mediocrity and repetition. People want something different from something familiar. People don't want something completely out there. They want something that they recognize, but they need a new twist to it. Superheroes still has its place. They're the modern day mythology. They're the beautiful demigods fighting across the world, causing devastation, all the while having weird romances. They just need a new twist to keep them interesting. That, and probably stop making everything so sterile nowadays. Fun. Bring in the fun factor. It's not that hard.
Oh, it's so obvious. I would have never thought of that.
But what do you think? Are you sick of superheroes? Do you think that they still have a place? What twists would you like to see with the genre to keep your interest? Please leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And remember, if you disagree with everything I have to say, that is perfectly fine. After all, everyone is entitled to their objectively wrong opinion.
Oh, I forgot how bad it looks.
I've seen worse.
Thank you all so much for watching.
You're still here?
Good night, everybody.
Thank you. You bye. Boom.
Do not despair.